Welcome to this narration of the web series Accidentally Adopted. If you're new to the series, there is a playlist listed down below in the description, and as always, I hope that you enjoy. Part 4, Chapter 8, Collapse. Dear Diary, I was right. They are getting a whole new penal ship to deal with how many convicts are being made. The current mayor is trying to get us to turn over the convicts to the Jacovian justice system. The people got even more mad about that. Something about hurting kids makes them not true Jakku in the first place, and not deserving protection. Protection from what? It's not like we're going to space the pickpockets or muggers. Just a few months of hard work and an unpleasant task for them. Only murderers and kidnappers have to worry about their lives, and not even the mayor isn't talking about those conflicts. The penal ship will be here in a week, and hopefully we'll be gone by then. Did this gang really think that we'd just do what they wanted after they attacked us like that? Don't they read history? Like, come on, how dumb can you get? Interestingly, now that Dr. Doofus has a proper barrister, he's begging to enter a guilty plea. He's practically begging to talk to somebody with authority to go after the poachers. Turns out that he had a gang connections, but not the kind that make him more guilty. One of the kids rescued was apparently the heir to his clan, and there are a lot of them on station, happy to have the freedom to talk up to the authorities now. I can't imagine what it must have been like for him to live with that kind of threat over him all the time, and no power to deal with it. So that makes our lives a whole lot simpler. It's gross that they'd let it get this bad. They couldn't even join a better ship, so long as the gangers had their clan heir. Daddy come back this morning, and you've talked to him. He was upset that Greg was out scouting, so he wasn't there to talk, but Daddy says that he's doing just fine with the stress. It makes sense from his story, but I'm still worried. It was good for Yoiv to see Daddy, and Uncle Yim were okay, though. He said the guys the other ship sent were good fighters, better than him. Well, Daddy's a good captain. That's not the same as being a good fighter. But he still rescued all of those kids before the other ships put together their away teams. The Wee Sing might get a star mark for that. I hope Daddy doesn't refuse. Still, Yoiv has reverted to wanting to go everywhere holding hands. He hasn't been like this since he was 3, and I guess getting ripped away by a ganger would do that. I told him that Sneaky beat up the ganger so bad that he'll never kidnap anyone again, and that helped a little. I hope that he can recover from it. He was super brave on the planet, and we're all very proud of him. We tell him so. But there's something bothering him that he won't talk about. The good news is that the gangers are surrendering in droves and droves, possibly because they hope to let all of the justice fall on their leaders, or maybe they don't like what it means to be in a real fight. Even pirates would have held out longer. Then again, Daddy says Sneaky thinks their tactics were dumb, so maybe they just didn't understand what they got themselves into. Tomorrow. Please, let everything go back to normal. Tomorrow. Log 6,001.0.17. Personal, Captain Yormdrill. They broke. We ambushed another large patrol, and the other squadrons took another, and directly after that, 3 lieutenants lead somewhere between 300 and 400 men in a surrender to us, while the other squadrons received 5 captured lieutenants. It seemed that the lower levels of the gang had finally understood that this was not a law enforcement crackdown that they could scare off with a show of force, or a turf war with another gang that they could win by denying territory. We had come to get them, and their leaders in particular, some of whom had realized that facing the magistrate was preferable to taking a plasma bolt to the head the moment they caught a glimpse of open sky. One of them was weeping, or rather making a keening noise of relief and grief, as they do not have tear ducts, and gazing at the local star. I didn't realize that denying people the sight of their sky could have such a profound impact on their psyche. I suspect Gregory had expected it. After that, the sizes of the patrols were so small that Gregory ordered the supporting squadrons to hold their fire on the opening salvos of the ambush, to give the gangers a chance to surrender once they realized that they were under attack. They invariably took the opportunity, such that he ordered all but one, himself in our case, Red Leader in the other, hold their fire in case that was enough to encourage a surrender. We disarmed 13 patrols after inflicting a single casualty, and most of those not lethal. Then, a group of 3 lieutenants surrendered with a captured shot caller. We found them waiting. Almost 500 gangers were kneeling in a park, or what used to be a park at one point. I could see some run-down play equipment in the corner, with their weapons in a heap and a good 30 paces away from the closest ganger. While the lieutenants covered the female with pistols, Gregory instructed the low-level gangers to march in a direction away from our area of operation, and once they were a good 5 blocks away, they began to split up, likely to go to ground with either the family or unaffiliated peers. I spoke to one of the surrendering lieutenants, and he had confirmed that the gang's morale had broken. The mere thought of something as adorable as Gregory lurking in the shadows just waiting to take their heads off had been terrifying enough for over 2/3 of the gang's lower members to suddenly be too sick to leave home. The difference in treatment between those officers turned over by their men and those who had surrendered of their own will was made evident in the view of those low-level men being released. So long as they were cooperative, Gregory insisted that they not be physically moved at all, and he instructed that their cells should be furnished with a bed and be given hot meals. "Honor should be met with honor, even for criminals," he said, when someone from Green Squad objected. Those who were turned over were treated with deliberate roughness, and Gregory took an opportunity to strike a few of them, which, with his strength, was likely very painful. The surrounding officers were more than willing to provide images taken from inside the building, which we used to create an almost complete map, and information on where further hostages were being kept. It was well that we did not leave yet. It would be wrong to leave innocents in their vile clutches. The assault begins tomorrow, and apparently the remaining 2 shot callers and 7 lieutenants only have the remaining 50 of their most fanatically loyal subordinates left. Gregory has cautioned us that these are the most dangerous and least likely to surrender. We assault the building tomorrow. Almost home. Mission log 6, day 165, named Gregory George. Mission planetary rescue. Mission objective: rescue Linus from unknown hostiles connected to Shady Noya. Linus located on planet. Shuttle company name determined. Shuttle by Green. Gang identified. Gang headquarters identified. Likely information vector identified. Information vector obtained. Large number of gangers in hiding. Linus has escaped. Linus secured. Linus has rescued other kidnapped victims. Exfiltrate Linus and other kidnapped victims. Linus and hostages rescued. Objective complete. Eliminate or neutralize all hostiles. 1 hostile neutralized non-lethally. 1 hostile eliminated. 6 hostiles eliminated. 1 potential hostile neutralized. 8 hostiles eliminated. 9 hostiles neutralized. 3 potential hostiles neutralized. 53 hostiles eliminated. 8 hostiles neutralized. 58 hostiles eliminated. 9 hostiles neutralized. 224 hostiles eliminated. 215 hostiles neutralized. 1 lieutenant captured. 43 hostiles eliminated. Lost count of neutralized hostiles. 12 lieutenants captured. 1 shot caller captured. Teach the criminal elements a lesson. 1 example provided. 1 demonstration provided. 3 demonstrations provided. 9 examples provided. 5 demonstrations provided. 8 examples provided. 2 demonstrations provided. 9 examples provided. 2 messengers sent. 13 demonstrations provided. 55 examples provided. 24 messengers sent. 1 responsible party acquired. Mass surrenders have begun. 13 responsible parties acquired. Mission parameters: minimize collateral casualties, minimize collateral property damage, evade detection by station security, minimize station damage, protect allies. Potential action plan: it is time for an assault. Place Green Squad on the exits, fire team from Blue Squad attached to each of the fire teams from Red Squad. Breach at points on 3rd floor, at shared walls in adjoining building. Sneaky Squad will insert via roof entrance. We will confer and go over the plan before dawn. Observations irrelevant to mission. Green Leader is such a fecking cocktease. They have this sweet fecking magac that I could make this entire planet fecking tremble with. Crap is, their machinist isn't as good as Uncle. Feck. 1 more day. And it's time to go home. Jesus. Commanding a sustained battlement. I can hardly wait to see Linus again. It'll be nice just to fecking listen for a while. End of chapter. I would just like to thank the T5 supporters: Bushmaster 117, Casper Arnholtz, Dragzoon W.R.E, Elijah Silvercross, Gray, Jon Creighton, and Sevaren Serberous. Thank you very much.